Hello again, so happy you could join me on this beautiful day. I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you're at. I'd like to start out by thanking all my viewers and subscribers. I really do appreciate it. I always try to get back with you as soon as I possibly can. Today we got my standard pre-stretch 16 by 20 canvas. What I did was I went to your local hardware, got some different spray paints, sprayed it all of different colors, but make sure you're in a well ventilated area and you have a mask on. Then I let that completely dry. Then I went over it with a thin coat of liquid clear. That's going to help the oils go on a lot smoother. And you'll see if you miss the spot, they'll drag. So you want to make sure you cover the whole thing with a thin coat of liquid clear. Or you could do the traditional wet on wet. Take your blank canvas and load it up with a thin coat of liquid white. And that's going to help your colors blend more easy on the canvas as you go along. So maybe today I thought we would maybe do a meadow here, some water, maybe some mountains, who knows, some trees coming over, making it look like you're looking down maybe into a little meadow or a valley. So that's what I think I'm going to do today. Any colors and any information you'll need to paint along with me, if that's what you choose to do, will come across the screen somewhere right about here. I already loaded it up with a thin coat of liquid clear. Like I said, I used this brush right here. I just went over the whole canvas very lightly. Now we're going to come in, and I like using these fan brushes here. They're pretty good. You can put them on, you can just about do anything with them. And then I also like using this blender brush. It's real soft. So we'll set some of these aside. And we'll get one of those little fan brushes. And we'll come into liquid clear. Get some horizon going and some white. Just load it right up. And we'll come up here, since we're going to have a lake here. Who knows? Maybe we'll put some skylight right there. Horizon. A horizon line. I always like to try to get more colors into my paintings now. Kind of stepping out of the box. Along with using this type of spray paint the canvas first. Okay, we got that going on. I'm going to go into the other fan brush. Load up some liquid clear with that. I just put it on there in a spot that I grabbed it from other areas. So let's come into some, oh who knows, maybe some orange. Maybe some orange color. Get some color happening. That white's going to diffuse it some. Maybe some more orange. Darker orange. Come in and clean that brush off. I use odorless paint thinner. It's always a good thing. I just wipe it off on a paper towel or a rag. Get into some more liquid clear. Maybe some yellow. Maybe some yellow. Clean that off again. I just want strictly the yellow. don't want too much of it to blend in with the okay, just like that. I'm going to set this down. Come into that blender brush. We're going to blend these colors together. Circular motion, and just with the corner of the brush. Get all kinds of colorful things happening. Nice sunset. Get that brush off. Come in up here. Kind of get rid of those. Kind of like that, nice and white down there. So I'm going to come in and clean this blender brush off. Wipe off the excess. Come right in and do that white. Kind of gets it popping. Grab some more white. I like that look down there. The brighter, whiter, and then going up to all the different shades of that. Shades. Set that down again. Come into the blender brush. Just the corner of it, soft, circular motion. Just keep working it. All the way. Just like that. Now I'm going to bring this up, fluff it up. Pretty good to me. I'm going to leave that just like that. Now we'll come into the palette knife. And who knows? I think we'll get some purples going here. A little bit of purple and blue. Some white. Prussian blue. purple. Since we got the sky, it's kind of a blue purple. Maybe we'll have some black in there. Maybe more blue. Kind of mix it up and grab some white. Want it to be a softer, distant mountain. Wipe off that palette knife. We'll grab a little roll of that paint right across the edge there. Let's see where we want our mountain to be. Our distant mountain. Maybe to be off center here. Maybe it looks something like that. Got some high peaks on it. Maybe it goes right down. Right down off in the distance. Set this down. Going to come into that brush we used for the liquid clear. We're going to pull the mountain down. Off in the sunset. Just hitting the peaks of it up there. Now we'll come into the palette knife. We'll grab some white. What you want to do, see where that's running down the edge? You want to have it flat across there. When that runs down there, around that edge, just like that, all that's going to break when you put it on here. Let's see. Pull that down like that. That's how that just comes off of there. More white. Pulling it flat. Little roll of paint. That just ran all of that, broke all that down there real nice. Now we're going to take some blue. We'll take some of this blue here. We'll make a highlight color. Mix between the two. The mountain color. Get a little roll of paint. And you come in here. You start tapping. Start tapping some of those areas in. All the way down. We can get in a little bit whiter, I think. A little bit more white. Pull that down. Come into some more of the whiter colors. Right up here. Got all kinds of things. I like this right down here. Ran it right over the top of that. Got all kinds of things happening. I'm gonna leave it just like that. You always have to know when to quit, when this enough's kind of enough. To come into the blender brush, because sometimes you can overdo it. You make that extra little spot, and then it kind of like messes it up. I'm just tapping, and I'm paying attention to the lay of the mountain. You want to come down on those angles. You want to soften that. Give it that misty look at the base. Okay. Now I think we'll come in and we'll put some distant trees in over here. Right along the edge there. And normally they'll be in a blue color, like a light blue. Could use some liquid clear. They almost even look purplish, but we'll just mix this up for now and see what it looks like when we get it on there. I'm just going to tap down and get some trees looking. Okay, we're going to need it to be darker. Mix those colors in. Almost that purpley look. I'm just tapping it. Just like that, having it run up the side. All the way down. Hilly back here. kind of going all over the place. You can see that, I'm just tapping. Getting those sharp little edges in the distance. Makes it look like those evergreen trees are got some things happening there. Got all that going in the distance. Set that down. Come into that blender brush. Over the mist at the bottom. You want to keep that misty at the bottom. Makes it have layers there. You can pull up. Get those sharp edges going. Just want that illusion that they're way off in the distance. And get that mist going. Right at that base. Now we can bring some land in here. Strip of land. I'm going to take this brush we used to get some liquid clear. I'm going to go into some sap green, maybe some brown, and some black. Darken it up. More liquid clear thins it out. Load it right up. And we'll come in here and determine where we want our land to be. So leaving that space in between there for the misty area separation. Maybe that goes just like that, kind of soft. Bringing some land in. All I'm doing is tapping this. Want to get some greenery back there. Some distant landscape. Get some more color. Then we'll bring the sky down into the water, the reflection. We want to have enough land here to get some nice color going. Like I said, this is over part of a lake maybe. Part of a lake area. I'm going to have some trees in here, the lake, Maybe water going down. Maybe this is just the water over here. So we'll set this brush down. And we're coming to the one with the blue on it that we used, little fan brush for the evergreen trees, the distant evergreen trees. We're going to come in. We're going to come into this color that we used and put some evergreen trees in right here, right in front. Set this down. Just going to use that corner of that brush. I'm going to come in and determine where we might want evergreen tree. Just taking a corner of that, tapping it, and then going across all the way down. Grab some more paint. You leave a little gap at the top of the tree. Kind of makes it look more real. I just keep grabbing some paint. You leave gaps in between the branches and some of the white. Because not every tree is perfect. Not every tree is a perfect Christmas tree. Who knows? Maybe we'll put one over here. Bigger one. Once you start painting, you'll start looking at nature in a different way. You'll start looking at the trees and the clouds and thinking, how can I do that? Or what does that really look like? How can I recreate it on a canvas? Well, let's see. Kind of like that, just like that. I don't want to do too much. I'm going to come in this little fan brush and we're going to start bringing some highlights in. Some yellows. Cadmium yellow. Got it loaded right up. Remember, a thin paint sticks to a thick paint every time. So if you have problems, you might have to thin the paint out. So we'll start from up here. Like what's happening right there. Not quite sticking enough. Just want to keep putting that in there. Wiping it off because you're going to get all that dark color on there. You want to keep it light. Pay attention to the lay of the landscape there. Tell you what, I'm going to grab some white. Get some more white going with some liquid clear. Lighten that up even. That yellow. Like that, and we'll come in and we'll tap in some highlights just like that. make some different spots. Different areas there. I just keep thinning it out. What we can do is come in and highlight some of those trees too with that same color, same light color. Just use that corner. We'll come in and tap it like we're making the trees and see where the light's coming from. Maybe just on that side there. Just barely. Getting the illusion. The illusion. Of the light hitting. Clean that brush off. I just keep wiping it off and getting some liquid clear, some more white, yellow, highlighting it. Getting some all kinds of things happening. Now, get the blender brush. We'll blend in the grassy area just by tapping. Maybe you want to leave that center part whiter in there. This is going to take some back and forth kind of work. Wipe off that fan brush again. Get just the color we want. The yellows and the whites, bright yellow. Tap in some more. Just like that. Wipe that off. Come into some green color. It's color green. Highlight some areas. colors happening. Wipe off that blender brush. So we just want those light colors coming through. Just tapping it back and forth. All the way down to the water. Clean that blender brush off. Starting to pick up too much of the colors. We just want to make sure that we just have that bright colors. The bright colors that we're looking for. Get in some more white. More white on that fan brush. And liquid clear. Highlight it. Maybe this is happening all the way through there. Get some of that color, making it pop. Come back into the blender brush. Just tap that. Leave that top edge alone, because that's where you want that sharpness. You can blend the bottom of it. That all goes together. Just like that. You get the different. Just using the corner of the brush. Just the very tip of it. Come right down. Just leave that top edge alone. Because that's what makes it pop. That's what makes it stand out. Some more white. Maybe it's more white right there. More white right along there. fan brush. Just take that corner, soften it. Just like that. Some of that you can just leave, because that really stands out. Really peaks it. Maybe down in the valley here we can really have it more white. Clean that fan brush off, because we want to get it mostly just white. So we're loading just the white up, titanium white, just like that. I'm going to come in and highlight that just with the white. Just turn the brush over. Just want to hit that, get that brightness coming. Wipe off that blender brush. Just tap that softly. Leave that alone. Leave that center part alone. Where it all comes down real light. Okay, we got that happening. Now we'll come in and put some sky reflection down in the water here. Clean that fan brush off again. And we'll come into some white, just like we did in the sky. White. Just like that, I believe. Then we'll come into some orange. All the way. Just the way it shows up here. Then we'll highlight it. We'll bring in some yellow. Just like that. Clean out that blender brush because we're going to come in the sky and blend all that in. Now we'll do like we did the sky. Circular motions. Maybe we can come down with more white. More white down into here. That looks pretty good. Like that, just alone. Now let's come into the palette knife. We'll put in some dark down here, then we'll put the reflection of the trees in. So I'm going to get some purples and browns, darker colors. Get a little roll of paint right across the edge there. And we'll come in and we'll tap some of this. We'll tap some of this in. Get some sandy stuff happening. Some sandy, some stonies. Clean that off. More white. Little roll of paint right across that edge there. We're going to come in and tap in some water lines. Water's edge, water lines. not bad. Maybe we can pull some reflection down. So, I don't want to mess up that brush there. Let's see what we got going on here. Come into a fan brush, this brush here. And we'll come in right along here and we'll just tap this. Just like that. Get all that water line going all the way across. Now we can come in to maybe some green, darker green. Maybe some purple and green. Blue, purple, and green. I'm going to come in and pull some of this down for the reflection. Darker color. Further here, because of that mountain being taller, or the hill, maybe we'll put a reflection of some trees in there. We'll get this little fan brush that we got going with the tree color. Just doing the tree upside down. Tapping harder as I get towards the base, all the way into these colors. Just like that. Let's take this blender brush and pull down. Pull down some of these colors. Just the corner of it. Some of this happening here, just the corner of the brush. Now we'll go across. nice. Like the distant mountain. Okay. Now I'm going to come in here. I see. See a hair there, or part of the brush. Now we're going to come down maybe with some land in here. Let's go in and put this little brush here, liquid clear. We'll get in some blacks and some browns. Put our distant hawk or eagle in. Just load it up just like that. Maybe ours is right here. Right there. Get some more liquid clear. Tap that little spot in. Then you can make its wings. Big bird flying overhead. Put the reflection down in the water. Maybe right like that. And we'll muffle that a little bit. Soften that up. Where it's just the reflection. Okay. Now we're going to put some land on both sides. Come into this brush again. Load it up with some dark colors. Gotta have it coming down. Who knows, right here? Little valley maybe. Tapping all that in. We'll come in and we'll highlight that like we did the other. Like we did the other side over there. Just tapping all that in. Doesn't really matter much how you do it. We're just tapping it in with some dark colors. Just tapping it in. Now we can put some trees in and we'll do some highlights. Make that go all the way down. I kind of like this if this was up like that. Change all that. Clean that brush off we just used. I'm going to come in and use that as a highlight. Just cleaning it off. Beat the excess. Now we'll come in to this brush right here. Maybe we'll put some trees coming over. Dark colors. Just going to take the tip of the brush. We're going to bring this over. Maybe have something over here. Maybe it goes dark. Add some more color. More color. Maybe as it comes all the way down here. Just tapping this tree in. Maybe that comes right down there. Similar to that. Now we'll get some of that color. Get some more. More of the sap green. Liquid white. Come out on the other side. We'll come in here too. that in. Okay, got that coming around. I like that. Take that brush there. And we'll come in to maybe some tree color, barky branches, twigs, whatever. We'll come in and we'll tap some branches and different things. Come in and we'll highlight that. Highlight that with some yellows. Use that same brush, clean that off, come back in and highlight some of that tree, some of those greeny areas. Same color we used. Same colors that we used on the landscaping. That green, real light, bright green. Maybe the light's coming through here, so like that. Some of that lighter areas right in there, right on the edge. Where that's coming through. Kind of lightens that up. Tapping that in, softening it up where maybe you might see some coming through somewhere else. seeping through there. Okay, looks pretty good to me. I'll use that same brush to come into some green color. And we'll start tapping in some highlight and the angles. Maybe to be darker over here. And lighter right there. Lighter right underneath. Maybe it's light all the way back there. Where the light's coming through there. It's hitting. Take a blender brush. Start blending these like we did up there. All underneath the tree there. All the way down. We'll leave that highlighted area like we did up on the other side. Maybe that goes underneath the tree. That goes right down. Just like that. We'll clean this brush off. We'll come into some lighter colors. Right down here. Right on that side. Not so much there, because it's getting darker. It's right around that corner there. Clean off that blender brush again. Come in and tap that. All the way down there. And we have that highlight. come into some white, lighter colors right in there. Blender brush again. Just tap that barely. Okay. Just like that, as it goes right down. Got some sharp, lighter spots hitting. Now, I might call this a completed painting. I like the way it just goes back. I don't know about putting anything else in there. I'm going to leave it just like that. So I'm going to come down here and sign it in this corner here. Some people like using their initials. I like using my last name. I also like putting the year that it was painted. Gives you a better idea of your progression and what you were thinking at the time. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Trying to get more colorful, more brighter colors. And I hope you paint along with me. I hope to see you again.